Welcome to Health Students Watching. Today we're going to be taking, in our lesson today, we're going to be completing Test 3. The first section is a fill in the blank section. You're going to choose the correct word from the box below and write it in the blank. So you have the words back, information, basement, knee pads, closest, lock, drop, low, farthest, road, front, sidewalk, and helmet. Use those words to help you determine which word would best fit in the sentence. Not all of those words will be used, and not any of the words will not be used more than once. So think carefully as you complete those sentences. The next section is a true and false section. You're going to complete numbers 8 through 17, writing true or false in the blank. Take a look at the underlined word to help you determine whether that sentence is true or whether it is false. Look at our next section. On the next page, page number 2, you have a matching section. You're going to write the letter of the correct answer in the blank. Your choices are A through J from the box. Not all of those choices are going to be used, and none of them will be used more than once. So think carefully, find the ones that you recognize the quickest, and use those as your answers first, and then go back and complete the others that you may need to think a little bit more about. Let's take a look at page number 3. This section you're going to label by writing the name of the sign or signal in the blank. So numbers 24 through 27, those are the signs. So write the best sign there for those signs given. Number 28 through 30, you're going to label those signals. So think carefully through those signals there for the person riding the bike. Turn your page to the back, page number 4, a short answer section. You're going to list one safety tip for each situation listed below. So think about animals. List one thing that we talked about as a safe thing to do when you come across that animal. Same thing for being in public, for being around water, for crossing the street, and then for fire. Use a phrase or a sentence to give your answers. Take your time, think carefully, and do your best as you complete your test. Welcome to science. We're going to start with our water. Welcome to Reading Students Watching. From your homework reading, let's think about some of the things and events that have taken place so far. First of all, what is our main character's name, students watching? Morgan. Christian. Why was Christian so upset, Una?
Because his city is going to be destroyed.
Be a little bit louder for us.
Because his city is going to be destroyed.
Because his city is going to be destroyed is right. What did his friends think when he told them this news, Jimmy?
Crazy.
They thought he was crazy. What man helped Christian, Caden?
The evangelist.
Evangelist is right. What did he tell Christian to go do, Emily? Knock on wicket gate is right. Now, you may have written some things down in your journal entry already. From the people on page 134 that you could have written down, give me a couple that you wrote down, Caden.
Family and friends, evangelist.
Good. You could have written down that he had family and friends there in the city that he spoke with, and that he met evangelists. Now, on page 135, you could tell a place that he went. Where was he headed? He was trying to leave his city and go where, Emily?
The Celestial City.
Okay, that was his goal, to go to Celestial City. But where is he headed right now from his city, Morgan?
Wicked.
To the wicket gate, exactly. He's hoping to follow evangelist's instructions. On page 136, with lessons Christian learned, share with us your thought. Cadence.
People might make fun of you for what you believe, but you just have to keep pressing forward.
Yes, people might make fun of you for what you believe, but you stay determined to press forward. So you could have written a couple of those thoughts there in your journal. You could have also written a lesson similar to what Cadence wrote and read for us on page 138 with lessons learned from Christian's journey. On page 140, you could have jotted down a couple of words that you came across as you were reading that were new for you. So those are some things that you could have recorded there in your journal. In our lesson today, we're going to pick up reading on page 13 with the verse at the bottom, Acts 16:30 through 31. Read that verse for us, Dev.
Acts 16:30 through 31, and brought them out and said, Sirs, "What must I do to be saved?" And they said, "Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved, and thy house."
Well done. Now pause. In Acts, this Philippian jailer realized that there was punishments and consequences for sin. And so he called out to Paul and Silas, who were in prison, and he asked them, "What can I do to be saved?" And Paul's response and answer is this verse: "Sirs, believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved." That is the key to salvation. We're going to continue reading in chapter 2 here, picking up on page 14 after we take a look at a couple of words. Let's read our first word for us. Carson.
Evangelist.
Yes, the name of the man who is directing Christian. Anna.
Eternal.
Life that goes on forever. Emily.
Scroll.
It has instructions in it for Christian. Josh.
Whale.
To cry loudly. Jacob. Obstinate. Class, repeat.
Obstinate.
This is a synonym for stubborn. Emily.
Pliable.
Pliable means easily influenced, or if a material is pliable, easily bent. The name of one of the people that Christian comes across, we'll find out why his name is pliable as we read about him and meet him. Morgan.
Respect.
Respecteth is someone who is honored or highly esteemed. So picking up on page 14, we're beginning chapter 2, Christian's flight. Christian has this heavy burden and he begins to run. We're going to find out what the people's response from his city is when they see him running. Begin reading for us. We'll also work on our smoothness as we read. So connect those words smoothly by phrases. Kathleen.
Christian's flight. Christian had not gone far from his own door when his wife and young ones gave a loud wail to beg him to come back. But the man put his hands in his ears and ran on with a cry of life.
Good accuracy. Keep it smooth. Madison.
The friends of his wife, too, came out to see him run, and as he went, some made fun of him, and some threatened him. 2 men, obstinate and pliable, tried to carry him back by force. Now these 2 men were like their names, for obstinate means stubborn, and pliable means easy to bend. By this time, Christian was far from the town, but at last obstinate and pliable caught up to him. Then Christian said, "Friends, why are you come? To bid you go back with us," said they.
Great expression and smoothness. So pause, take a look at this illustration. As you look at the illustration, how do you think Christian is feeling now leaving his city that's going to be destroyed? Emily?
Happy.
He's probably happy, but what other feeling might he have? Caden?
Sad.
Sad and maybe even fearful. He wants to find that escape, but he also wants his family and friends to as well, and they're not understanding what he's doing and why he's finding it so necessary to leave and to run from this destruction coming. Let's find out more about Evangelist and his instruction to Christian. Continue reading for us, Gage.
Good active.
Good. Add.
Advance.
Long I.
Advice.
Yes. Add. Vice.
Advice.
Yes.
But Christian said that cannot be. You dwell in the city of destruction, the place where I too was born. I knew it to be so, and there you will die and sink down to a place of eternal punishment. Be wise, good friends, and come with me.
Better speed and accuracy, Morgan.
What? And leave all the things we own and our friends and families? Yes, said Christian, for all which you might leave is but a grain compared to that which I seek. If you will go with me and stand firm, you shall do as well as I. Where I go, you will find all you want and to spare. Come with me and see if my words are true.
Good accuracy. Continue, Cadence.
What are the things that you seek, since you leave all the world to find them? I seek those joys that fade not, which are laid up in a place of bliss, safe there for those who go in search of them. Read it so, if you will, in my book. Nonsense, off with your book. Will you go back with us, yes or no? No, not I, for I have laid my hand to the plow. Come, friend Pliable, let us turn back and leave such a fool. People like him get a crazy idea and end up more wise in their own eyes than 10 men who know how to think.
Very smooth. Now let's pause. So Christian, having this advice from Evangelist, knows, I need to flee. These two men, Obstinate and Pliable, come up to him and try to get him to turn back. Do they convince Christian to turn back, Amaya? No, Christian is determined. I am going to go away from this destruction. You should come with me. Right now, they don't think that's good advice. They think he's acting very foolishly. One of them will decide to join Christian. We'll find out if he's able to stay with Christian on Christian's journey. Students watching, you're going to complete reading through page 18 for this lesson. Then for homework reading, read pages 19 through 23, pages 19 through 23, and you'll find out if the one who chooses to join Christian on his journey is able to last with him through trouble that comes their way. Once you've completed that, you may want to jot a couple of those things down in your journal according to the things that we've talked about and some of those ideas there. So you can complete that so that you'll be ready for our next lesson.